day started like any other day. Musa played football with his friends. His sister Sarah chatted with the older girls. And then it was time for lessons. And for Musa, it was a time he would remember for the rest of his life.
Ni nani anaweza kuniambia wingi wa sahani? Sahani.
For 10 minutes or so, life went on as normal. Question and answer. And applause when the answer was right.
Nyanya. Nyanya. Msichana? Nyanya. Sana tumpigie makofi. Kikombe. Kikombe.
Then it was Musa's turn to answer.
Kikombe. Asante tumpigie makofi.
The teacher didn't know what to do. Go, get the headmaster. Get outside, stay outside. Don't go near him. What do you mean, falling? Just falling. The headmaster was as confused as the pupils. What had happened to Musa?
Musa?
Sarah came from her classroom with her teacher. What was happening? She must see her brother. No, you cannot go in. He's very strange. You must not go in. But he is my brother. I must go to him. No, you must wait until this fit has passed. Do not touch him. As suddenly as the fit had come, it stopped. Musa felt drained, so tired. Where was he? What had happened? When they washed the blood away, the cut didn't seem so serious. But Musa could remember nothing of what had happened. Sarah, said the headmaster, come here, I must talk to you. You must tell your parents to come and see me, and Musa must not come back to school. Why? Musa must not come back to school. Musa's father had been to see an old friend. Said anything about Musa, just chatted casually about maybe changing his job, maybe even moving up country. Why? His friend had asked. What's wrong? Nothing, he replied. Fine, father. Good morning. How are you, my son? Well, mother. Sit down. And what are you doing here? You should be at home with the other children. Oh, come on. This is her home just as much as it is yours. She should be at home with the other children. What was I supposed to do when you left home this morning without saying where you were going? Stop this arguing. Let's deal with the problem. I am told that Musa fell at school, and after that the headmaster expelled him. Now, I don't understand what disease Musa is supposed to have, but we have to do something for him.
I
don't know either. This is a very strange thing, and I'm very worried by it. The best advice is to take Musa to be examined by a doctor, so that we can find out what is wrong with him. Have you seen diseases like this being treated in hospital? At that point, Musa's cousin came running into the room. How did this happen? He fell into the hearth. What was he doing in the kitchen? He and his cousins were warming themselves near the fire and playing. Who moved him? We did. You have a cut here. How did you get it, Musa? I don't remember, but Mother told me that I fell at school. Mama Musa, Baba Musa. When I was examining Musa, I noticed that this was not his first fall. Have you seen these falls? Today's the first time we've seen it. But yesterday he had a fall at school. You have not noticed him behaving unusually at home? Last week, I went into his room to find him panting and flailing. I thought the child was having a nightmare, so I waited until he was calm, then left. Oh, well, from what I have seen, I think that Musa has epilepsy. Epilepsy? Just as I said. This definitely comes from your side of the family. Your side. Please, stop this. It is not necessarily hereditary. This is a disease, just like any other. It can be caused by a whole number of things. For example, if a baby doesn't get enough oxygen at birth, later it may develop this. Or a person in an accident, a skull fracture, or a hard knock on the head could trigger this. A pregnant woman suffering high blood pressure can also get it. It is not contagious, and there are many things we don't know about it. One thing is for sure. If he is on a prescribed medication, he can live a perfectly normal life. Even studying, he can go on with his schooling like any other child. But he has been expelled. What? He's been expelled because of a fall? Yes. Right. I'm going to send our social worker to speak to you at your home, and after that to the headmaster. Musa will go back to school. In the meanwhile, I will give you this medicine for Musa. You know that I have expelled Musa because he has a contagious disease. It is not contagious, not at all. It is not contagious. It is not at all contagious, believe me. So this is all brought on through witchcraft. It's not witchcraft. Doctors' research into epilepsy shows it's possession by demons. Musa has epilepsy. Epilepsy? Yes, Musa has epilepsy. He is attending our clinic for treatment. You might have other children here suffering from epilepsy that you don't know about. Other children. Not just Musa. Maybe. There are many people who have it. Eventually she was able to persuade them that Musa should be allowed to return to school. On one condition. She must come and tell Musa's class what she had told them.
Hamjamboni watoto?
Hatujambo mwalimu.
Nina furaha sana kuja hapa na kuwazungumzia juu ya maradhi ya kifafa.
I am glad to have this chance to tell you about the disease called epilepsy. It causes people to fall into an unconscious fit. It can affect anyone at any time. It is not contagious, nor is it a form of insanity. It is like any other illness. It can be treated with medicine, but even then, people can still have fits. So, I want to show you how to help a person who has a fit. Now, when a person has a fit, the first thing to remember is not to panic or run. The second thing to do is to move anything that might hurt that person and put it out of the way. Next, you put something soft under their head to prevent them injuring themselves. After that, loosen any tight clothing around the neck, like ties and buttons. The next thing is that you must not try to control the jerking of their arms or legs. When the fit has stopped, turn the person onto their side and stay with them until they have regained consciousness. When that happens, let them do whatever they had been doing before. But remember the 3 things you must not do. Do not try to hold the person down or restrict their movements. Do not put anything into the person's mouth, and do not force the person to drink anything. Are we allowed to play with Musa? Yes. Can he go and play football? Headmaster? Yes, he can. Go and play.